Karim Benzema, the former Lyon star, doing well against Shamrock Rovers, but taking on a stiffer foe in Liga de Quito. A few new changes to the starting lineups. We'll take a look in just a moment. Kevin Blom, his real name is Raymond Bernard, but somehow got the nickname of Kevin. It fits. Also looks like he'll be doing the final in this Peace Cup. Good look at Diego Calderon. He's in the back. The Argentine Claudio Bieler up front, as Marcelo getting the start on the flank. There's Cristiano Ronaldo. No Kaká. It does not look like he'll be playing for the merengue until the performance against Toronto and DC in the States. In fact, just started training along with Iker Casillas, Sergio Ramos, and Raúl Albiol. A few new faces here compared to the Al Ittihad game, and you almost wonder whether Manuel Pellegrini, as you said in the pregame, Ray, is ready to put the foot on the gas pedal just a bit.
Well, this is the game for them to do it and go up a couple of gears. They've played Shamrock Rovers and Al Ittihad, and with all due respect to them, two fine little clubs, they're up against a bit of a different animal here today, and they'll be led up top by that cracking player, Claudio Bieler, who's a tremendous player. This is a quantifiably excellent side, Phil. LDU Quito is extremely talented, and Real Madrid know what they're up against. They've got to win this one in order to qualify. So there's something at stake. The crowd recognise it. We've got a lovely night here. It's just spitting down with rain, so we should be nice and slick out there. The passing game of Los Blancos needs to come out, and Cristiano Ronaldo needs to light it up a little bit better.
Standard 4-4-2 for Real Madrid. We'll give you the lineup in a moment, but Gonzalo Higuain getting the chance to play up front today, and that should give them a little bit more pace. And the veteran Carlos Espinola in the back. Solid, but he can be beaten for speed. So let's find out what happens. Here's a chance. Benzema inside.
Benzema there, just advertising the type of class that he's got in them feet. Tremendous touch to control it. See the player slip sliding a bit. It is spitting with rain, so it's going to be nice and quick and greasy.
There's Paul Ambrosi. They call him a left back, but you're probably going to see him at the left wing more. Same thing with Neso Reasco on the other side. That one carries through. That is Pepe. He's still got a 5-game suspension left in that 10-game suspension. The last time he played here at the Bernabeu, that controversial kick against Casquero and Getafe. Manuel Pellegrini deciding to give him a chance here today. Ezequiel Garay a bit nicked up after the Al Ittihad game. Now a tackle, and they're going to whistle the foul.
Calderon just coming through the player here, just as it's played in from behind. It's very nasty. Catches Arjen Robben and gives him an early wake-up call. It was really pretty naughty. That could have been a yellow card on Calderon. He came in through the back, right onto the calves of Arjen. Guti usually loves them from this angle and this distance, Phil. You've seen him drop them into a basket so many times. It'll be his first touch.
Guti on the second effort as they try and beat the trap.
Oh,
lifted, headed clear. There were two men behind, one of them Benzema, but Liga did a good job getting it out wide, and now Ambrosi has it tackled away from Pepe for the throw.
Far better atmosphere in a Bernabeu tonight. Crowd into this game, you can tell.
Yeller charging through. Back to Jerzy Dudek. Dudek played well, but there were, shall we say, a few eye-opening moments. Another hit from behind. Benzema drawing the attention of Enrique Vera. For all the Real Madrid fans, as you mentioned, Shamrock, Al Ittihad, and this Liga side won the Copa Libertadores and then almost beat Manchester United.
Well, that was not the last Libertadores. You've got to tip your hat off to Estudiantes, who are the current holders, but you're right, Phil. LDU Quito, absolutely tremendous 2 seasons ago.
Higuain.
Good ball.
Tucks it in.
Nicely.
Ronaldo out wide for Robin.
Better understanding.
Calderon over. Robin, the left-footed shot, well wide of Ceballos' net.
Get a corner out of it, though.
First corner of the game for Real Madrid.
A good understanding there, the ball being helped on amongst each other. Pellegrini still working at that chemistry. These boys basically starting to get to know the familiarity just of each other's habits and styles, but their preferences. It just takes time.
Now slammed long upfield. No one there but Dudek. Again, Iker Casillas not available today. The youngster Antonio Adan, the backup keeper for Dudek. Haven't seen a whole bunch of goalkeeping switches in this tournament, just Malaga. So it'll probably be Dudek again for a second, and arguably, or potentially, the final Peace Cup game for Real Madrid.
The 2 good goalkeepers on display here today. The man facing Dudek at the other end for Sati Ceballos, excellent goalkeeper. Got the Ecuadorian national team, 80 caps. He's getting on in years, but he's still regarded as one of South America's top goalkeepers.
Higuain back for Gago, the 2 Argentines, part of the spine of this Real side. Michel Salgado looking for Robin, but touched aside by Ambrosi.
Just 5 minutes in, and you can see Real Madrid a lot more in sync, a lot more desire about them, and a lot more spark, a lot more focus, if you like.
Salgado looking for an opening. Robin gets it back to the veteran. Spins away. Wanted to get it to Benzema, but 1 touch too many. Guti steps up. Cleared away by Espinola.
Real Madrid just do not want to be embarrassed here today by getting anything else than a win, because that would really be egg on their faces coming into this tournament. Heavy favourites they were, playing in their own backyard, and with the wealth of talent that they've got out there, it will not be a happy start for the second coming of the Galacticos if this one doesn't turn out right.
Turnover by Marcelo. That's something we saw too much of last year if you're a Real fan. Ball flipped forward. Lara looking for an opening into the middle for Bieler, but cleared away. And then Gago sends it back to midfield. Best chance of the day so far for Liga.
A good quick counter-attack. Again, pinpoint passing from Quito. It was Metzelder that just stepped in and dealt it out. Christian Lara, they're heavily involved on that right side. This man on the ball.
Cuts to the inside. Lara, nice move around. Switches it back post. Riasco and cleared.
Well, that's what you get from Lara. He doesn't wear the number 10 shirt for nothing. Great vision. The switch is on if he can find it.
Here's Higuain.
He's going to try.
Goes around Calderon.
It's a great ball.
Benzema, the shot. Oh! Not sure if Ceballos got a finger to it, but that one just missed high.
Madridistas, get accustomed to that, because you're going to see it all season long. He's so powerful, and he's usually deadly accurate. Tremendous control. He magnetizes the ball, settles it, and then there's that wonderful power. And you're right, Phil, the goalkeeper wasn't taking any chances, dealt it over the top with his fingertips.
Ball hangs a bit too high for Robin.
It's a beautiful ball by Gonzalo Higuain as well to find Benzema. Wonderful switcher play. Real Madrid looking pretty good.
Marcelo for Guti, back to Gago. Metzelder dropping back into position. They bring the big boys back. Speed merchants up. It's Robin. To Gago. Liga dropping deep. And a poor pass from the Argentine. He was expecting something else.
He split the difference. He just picked out neither something or anything there. He had 2 big white targets in front of him. Poor ball.
Told you Ambrosi likes to play on the wing, and here he is against Michel Salgado.
Well played, Michel.
We'll probably see that duel a few times before the day is over.
Jerzy Dudek has been very impressive in front of Pellegrini. Pellegrini coming out openly stating that he has been extremely impressed with Jerzy Dudek. Can it conceive that Iker Casillas would be replaced, but it may just be interesting.
To the 9th minute. Ball switched for Marcelo. Guti gets it on the drop. And another bad pass out of the back.
The passes have really got to be extremely accurate. He wanted Robin a little bit wider, but still he's got to hit the target.
Guti, from the reaction you could see he didn't know where Robin was, but he knew where he should be, at least in his mind.
He's just got to look. He's in weight. He cannot miss him.
Ball stripped away. De la Cruz. And a trip against Marcelo.
Little unlucky here, Marcelo. Reaches in fairly. The player, I think, steps across between the ball and Marcelo right there. It's a tough call. It's not a bad challenge. Referee thought otherwise.
Talked about Ambrosio on this near side. Reasco and De La Cruz on the right flank. Marcelo and Michel Salgado might be the two most tired players before this one is over. Restart from Lara. Finds his man, but the header doesn't find the target. Looked like it might have been Calderon at the top of the box.
Look at Claudio Biella there, the Argentine in this Ecuadorian side. Top-notch player. Look out for the number 16, along with Lara, who will be as good as anybody out there tonight in terms of being able to pick a pass. The number 10 in the black shirt is extremely talented.
Vera, the Paraguayan midfielder, keeps it alive. Ambrosi forward for Salgado to clear. Knocked back in for Metzelder. Saw it from Al Ittihad. It took a while for them to realize where the weaknesses were. Looks like Liga was watching the tape, but still they have not been able to get a clear chance on Jerzy Dudek yet.
This Benzema really loves to drop off that front line and come back and look for long distance shooting opportunities, Phil.
Offside.
Madridistas can start to get used to that. He's not going to be a player that's going to be leading at the top of the pyramid, Benzema. And I like that, because he is so good with his distance shooting.
Also makes you think that he might be better paired with an Higuain than a Raul, because Raul likes to do the same thing. With Higuain, you have someone that might be more tempted to stay up front. Ball knocked back. Calderon with the left foot. Bieler bumped from behind by Pepe. And also remember that earlier challenge where Bieler ran Pepe down when he was trying to shepherd it out for the throw-in. We're probably going to see a lot of that this year in La Liga. Not that La Liga is a dirty or physical league, but Pepe, basically by his actions against Casquero last year, put a bullseye on his back. I think there's going to be a lot of attackers that are going to try and light the fuse and see how he responds.
Well, he's always been pretty hot-headed, but I think you learn a big lesson from that, Phil. A big one. I don't think we'll see anything like that rashness from Pepe this year. We'll see.
Robin
Good
on
play.
A foot race.
Excellent. Good ball.
Goes around Campos. Higuain tries to drop it back. Ambrosi steals it away. Jairo Campos again. You could see Liga almost as soon as they get the ball, looking route one. Said how Al Ittihad did not take advantage of Metzelder's, in quotes, speed. Looks like Liga is trying to do that right off the bat. Gago off for Guti. Up for Higuain. Back to Gago. Here's Marcelo. He can shoot from there.
Nice.
Cuts to his right foot.
Beautiful.
Again. And just can't curl it in.
Well, he ignores Cristiano Ronaldo in an ocean of space out wide, and he does so correctly. He cuts inside not once but twice. Evades the first one. Great feet, great balance. That's a good with the final hit. Doesn't look up, doesn't need to, just needs to keep that one further down, get around it a little bit more, but a great run by that young man.
Well, he needs to perform here because that is a position that Real Madrid is looking to shore up. They're not done buying yet. We have some more news we'll tell you in a moment. Cristiano Ronaldo can't track it down.
Well, possibly his first touch of the game, and it just pops away from him, unlucky.
Ball played back, Espinola.
What was unlucky about it is he had so much space ahead of him as well. Had the ball been played a little bit more accurately to him.
Robin. Guti. Somehow it weaves its way through for Marcelo. Nice. Ronaldo getting it out wide for Salgado, bending it in and just over Robin. A little bit of a push perhaps from Espinola. Marcelo again. Salgado forced to drop it back. Well, they have Torres and they have Salgado at this right back spot. Obviously Sergio Ramos has been the number one, but he could play on the inside as well. Marcelo and Torres playing at that left back spot. Heinze as well, but we haven't seen much of the Argentine, and in fact it looks like he's going to be kept in cotton wool as Pellegrini tries to find a buyer. But with Alvaro Arbeloa, the Liverpool back, just acquired on a €4 million transfer. Ball trails across before Lara can get there. Arbeloa can play right or left back. So all the attention was focused in on the potential deal for Xavi Alonso, but Real Madrid snuck in and pretty good buy for €4 million, an international caliber back.
That's a great pickup. And the three that have been earmarked to be heading right out the door, Phil, are the two Dutchmen, Van der Vaart and Huntelaar, along with Gabi Heinze. They're the players that really have not been involved in Pellegrini's selection.
Onside Bieler, out wide Lara, back for the Argentine, but Pepe cuts him off at the pass. And again, that tells you the good side of Pepe. De La Cruz pushing forward. He can play anywhere on the flank. They actually give him a few central responsibilities as well. Ball trickles to the top of the 18. No one there. Ronaldo. Another bad pass. 131 million?
Give him time.
Reasco charging in on Marcelo, and it deflects back to midfield.
Unlucky Guti.
Vera knocking it all the way back to Ceballos.
It won't be the size of the price tag around Cristiano Ronaldo's neck that'll be any worry to him. He's got way too much confidence, way too much ability for that to be any concern to him, but he does need time. It takes a long time for any new player to come in to any club anywhere. It takes a while to adapt, to adjust. He's no different. He's human, and he's just landed amongst all of that speculation, but nobody doubts what's in those feet and what's in those boots, Phil.
What did Roy Keane say? That Real Madrid got a bargain.
Well, it'll all be in the future. He's here for a long, long time. It's not just him, it's a whole collection of white shirts just getting adapted, adjusted to each other. It's extremely early days.
De La Cruz back for Riasco, the Liga captain, with an edge on Marcelo. Now with some space, drives it across Ambrosi.
Good touch.
Settles. The shot deflected by Salgado.
Good space in Salgado, and again.
Gets past him.
Good play.
Salgado slides it away, but Ambrosi Tripped up in the box. Blum says no. Now Lotta goes down, and Pepe comes away with it.
Pepe was a little bit hesitant here. He really drops Michel Salgado in the doo-doo here. Michel Salgado really recovered well and was expecting Pepe to come in, sweep that free ball clear. He hesitated, and that's what opened the door of opportunity for LDU. Well played.
Nice turn. Deflected and all the way back. Benzema.
Good atmosphere here. Switches on again if he can hit him.
Robin
nicely.
For the Frenchman. Soft pass into the middle for Higuain, and he just couldn't hold on in time, and it's cleared away.
Great play again by that man, the Frenchman, Benzema. At the end of this, he was nicely set up by Arjen Robben. He finds Higuain. His touch just not clean enough.
Third corner for Real.
Seen so many times Cristiano Ronaldo wide open on that left side. It just takes a while for them to be able to find him on occasion, but he is so capable of getting free over distance. Here's that situation. Salgado sweeps it. There's that hesitancy from Pepe, and then he lunges in not once but twice.
Could have been a penalty twice. And by the way, you're going to see some fans wearing white cheering when you don't expect them to be. Well, that's because Liga de Quito's normal color is all white as well, the albos. But there are 700,000 Ecuadorians living in the Madrid area, and a large portion of them expected here at the Bernabeu.
Absolutely. This is their idols.
Stolen away nicely. Benzema in the corner, held up. Which way will the whistle go? It's Robin that draws the foul.
Tangle of arms.
Fifth against Liga. Guti just shy of the flag and a couple yards off the line. Lifting it towards the back. Headed down by Pepe. Cleared away by Calderon. And then sent up by Ambrosi for a throw-in. There's Fossati, the Uruguayan. A lot of success in Ecuador.
Good
Not
player.
so much in the Middle East.
Good player in his own right as well. He's 20 years as a player, Phil. Put some time in with a lot of clubs. Said a lot of clubs as a manager.
No foul, says Kevin Blom. Espinola. Bieler.
Good tracking back by Gago, that.
Riasco.
And again.
Back for the Argentine.
It's all Gago's defensive work, that. Hurrying, putting players under pressure over distance.
Little tangle, but touched inside. And advantage had been played. Nothing developed.
Benzema touches it on to Ronaldo, and the referee looked as if he was going to play advantage, but decided once that advantage had gone to give the ball back to Real Madrid.
Guti for Marcelo. Now Gago rifles it for Higuain.
Does well.
Salgado. Robin in front. Higuain trying to find Benzema, but no. Out for Lotta. They're switching things up a little bit, see if they can get some speed on this left flank.
Gago's defensive duties again coming out. He really is covering an awful lot of ground. He's really the only defensive holding midfield player. And Guti is the one alongside of him that's trying to pull the strings and getting the engine going.
Nice move by Ronaldo.
Beautiful.
In for Benzema. Held up at the top of the box. It was Espinola coming across, and the shot deflected wide. Gago's something to prove.
It's that lovely run, good touch inside, lovely ball for Benzema. His control for once lets him down a little bit. Well found there by Cristiano.
Guti from the corner flag. Just outside the 6. Down goes Ronaldo. No call. Diego Calderon slams it to safety. Talked about the pickup of Arbeloa Liverpool giving Xavi Alonso 48 hours to work out a deal, and it looks as though Real Madrid might have something to announce before tomorrow. Reportedly, that €30 million offer might be up to €35 million.
Well, I'd be surprised if Liverpool turn that down, Phil. That's excellent business for Liverpool if that is going to be accepted. They'll not want to see him go. He is a standout player in the Premiership for Liverpool, but business is business.
Brought down well.
Tackle.
Benzema has it tackled away. Campos, along with Espinola and Calderon, the three men central defensively for Liga de Quito. Riasco on the right, Ambrosio on the left. Vera, De La Cruz, and Araujo in the middle, with Bielsa and Lara in the attack. But the one thing again with Riasco and Ambrosi, those two can sprint up the wings, and it could be defense to offense in a millisecond for Liga. 9-time champions. And this is a team that got somewhat of a late start, a late bloomer of sorts. They've been around since 1930. But again, in Ecuador, you have Deportivo Quito, Barcelona, and Emelec. But Liga's kind of forced their way in amongst the big boys. Out wide, Salgado. Back for Guti. Benzema. Ronaldo making the run.
Hard
a little bit
fired
behind.
into him there. Very inconsiderate there by Benzema. But
Pepe.
Cristiano really triggered that and way too heavy.
And that's what preseason's for. Try and work out the jitters. Campos clears. Lara decked. And a foul against Gago. Lastiada getting the day off. Played the full match against Al Ittihad. Have a feeling we'll probably see Esteban Granero again in the second half. Might even see Negredo. He's been called in to practice. Under 20 minutes left to go in half number one. Still scoreless. Real Madrid needs a victory to advance to the semifinals. For Liga, a draw would do. Ball sent in, and Dudek pulls it down. Sure hands.
A free kick from Riasco. That's good distribution. This good ball.
Soft roll. Robin offside. Follows through with the shot. Don't know if a yellow card will follow.
Earlier.
Could have been much earlier. And in fact, you saw
First time, one touch. That's what he wanted. He was right.
Looked like it might have been Guti sneaking on the back post that would have still been onside if they would have gone that way. So much talent on this Real Madrid squad. But it's still got to find a way to gel, and that takes time. Again, one of the reasons I think Barcelona still has to be considered the favorite, even with the massive outlays. Still alive. De La Cruz, edge of the area.
Well played again by Gago. He does well here to win it. And then Lara's got to pull him back. See, he wins it beautifully here. Gago is just getting away and the tangle comes in.
Up the line, chested back by Ronaldo, but couldn't keep it on the right side of the chalk. Starting to hear a few whistles. Riasco with the throw, but he finds the wrong man. Guti, Ronaldo holds the challenge, 2 feet from Campos, wins it off of Higuain. Play on. Soft chip Bielsa, trying to turn around Pepe. Still loose. And Pepe is on. He is a rock.
Good ball, he's
and
in.
Now it's Robin, and he's onside. Calderon playing catch-up. Robin gets it tangled.
Oh,
Back for Higuain. Left-footed shot blocked away by Espinola.
Bad decision there by Gonzalo. He had Benzema wide open. Just needed that first-time slot ball into the Frenchman.
Nice work, Ronaldo.
It was a lovely build-up.
Benzema again, the give and go with Higuain. Takes the shot and he just decked.
He's out.
It looked like it might have been Calderon. Just took it flush on the forehead.
That's a powerful strike right in his head.
It's something you pointed out also earlier. Such a quick trigger.
Yep. It was a good build-up earlier. Prior to that, this is the strike right into the boy's face, on the side of the head, knocks him down like George Foreman.
Real Madrid.
It's a bit like George Foreman.
8 signings so far, and they're still not done. Out below are the latest. With all of those new faces and all of that pressure, Alex Ferguson coming out this past week, someone asked him a question about what's going on in Real, and he said he would not want to be Manuel Pellegrini. Knowing Sir Alex might just be a bit of gamesmanship, but in many ways he's right. With all of the money spent, another second-place finish for Real Madrid, it would be considered a failure. Metzelder going through Lada. 5th foul against Real. Liga de Quito, 3-1 victory in the opening match against Al Ittihad, and that looks even more impressive considering how well Al Ittihad did against Real Madrid just a couple days later.
It's hardly the same team though, Phil. There's a lot of different lineups between those two sides.
Touched,
the ball
swept in, Gago back to clear. And now a foot race with Marcelo against Lada. That's a good matchup of speed.
Ball.
Passes for Higuain. Ambrosi steals it away. And now off to Bieler. Is he on? Pepe coming back. Bieler sweeps it across the 18. Cleared away by Salgado. Good cover. A half hour in the books. An hour left to go in the game. A quarter hour left to go in this first half. Plus time added on. Araujo. Bad pass. Guti off for Ronaldo, and he's got some real estate. Ronaldo tried to feed it inside for Benzema, but cleared away for the corner.
Disappointed. Still working the rust off from his off-season.
Sent back post. Pepe couldn't get all of it. Robin with those blue boots glinting. Sweeps it inside. Espinola again. Espinola only about 5'8", 5'9", but he soars and gets up there with the best of them, even though he's closer to 40 than his prime. Dudek slips away from Robin. From the ground, Ambrosi tries to win it back. Benzema back for Salgado. Well, looking at the first half hour, what changes for the second half do you think are rattling through Pellegrini's mind?
I don't know if he'll change too much at all. I think he'll be very pleased to see the way the Whites have went up a gear or two in this game compared to the last one, Phil. They really are knocking at the door.
Sneaks it through for Ronaldo. Espinola again, and the rebound shot knocked wide. Was it deflected? Ceballos going back to his line. 5th corner already for Real. Salgado can serve a good ball, but lays it off. Higuain stripped away nicely. Campos. Now it's It's Vera. Calderon stripped, hard tackle, knocks it free.
Play on. Look
It's
out.
loose for Benzema. The left-footed shot deflected wide. Ceballos screaming at Calderon, and Campos a little too casual out of the back. Now up the line, Reasco for De La Cruz. Former Premier League star, a little bit of a hospital ball, and then he stood around and watched. The through ball was there, but it doesn't find Higuain. Calm under pressure in the back that time for Liga. And the long ball with Bielsa. Now he needs help. Overlap. Lara bumped by Pepe. Draws the big man out wide. Tries the back heel. It's there. Will it stay in? Pepe back heels it nicely, and Gago to Salgado, to Pepe, and in for Dudek. Nice work in the back. Ronaldo with the header. Guti up for Marcelo, and tackled away. Jairo Campos. Guti for Gago. Robin tries to go through Ambrosi. The cleats were left out. Down goes the Dutchman.
Ambrosi just lunges in here, misses the ball, gets a little bit of Robin here. It's the lunge in, sweep through. Doesn't get much of the player, but he misses the ball entirely.
Off for Ronaldo. Marcelo on his wing. Guti on the inside. Robin against Ambrosi.
Nicely.
Gets around him again, drops to the spot. Loose for Higuain, but he can't get it off in time. And now De La Cruz tracking it down. And he gets casual on the touch, and it's out for a throw. A little trip.
Good width of play here from Real Madrid. Both left and right, they're mixing it up, not preferring one way or another. It's got to be heartening for the fans of Real Madrid. Now, here's his first real textbook trademark stance. Like a gunslinger, he'll take 5 steps back. That's what he usually does. Takes his stance and looks for the pop off the ball. He can hit it in a variety of ways. He puts on a very unique dynamic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stand. And he'll step in.
6 men in the wall, and a little mini wall from Real behind him. Ronaldo strides, strikes, and just over the crossbar.
Not a bad first effort. It's not a bad first effort at all. He'll be disappointed. He gets too much of an angle away from the target, of course.
You can see the dynamic.
He hits it in a very unique way. He hits virtually right through the middle of the ball, and it's such a whip that the angle takes on almost a rainbow effect rather than a curl.
Guti has it deflect. Ambrosi can't get to it before Salgado does. Gago quickly to Marcelo. Into space, Ronaldo.
Got to play into his feet a little bit more on this surface. The fans appreciate it, but the ball's got to be weighted absolutely perfectly on this slick surface. It'd be a lot better served if they played into his feet more often. Fans, of course, delighted to see Cristiano Ronaldo, the turnout in record numbers to welcome him, breaking Maradona's record when he turned out.
De La Cruz for Vera, one touch and a nice stop by Dudek. Bielsa denied.
Beautiful technique by that man Bielsa. Told you to watch out for him in the early going. He's served a hard attempt here. He's found beautifully out wide, but then he steps into this in front of Salgado. The technique is absolutely exquisite. That's great goalkeeping by Dudek. Beautiful effort.
Lara from the flag. Snapped just over Dudek's bar, and he got a finger to that one. Best chances so far, and Liga.
De La Cruz steps into this one. That's a difficult header. Gago challenges for it bravely, but Dudek again.
Edge of the 6, knocked wide, trying to go near post. Looked like Araujo. Nope, it was Campos. 3 good chances just before the half for Liga. Talked about that Cristiano Ronaldo unveiling. They had Kaká a couple of days before, drawing over 50,000. That was impressive. Then Ronaldo comes in. They practically fill the place. As you said, Maradona's unveiling at Napoli had been the high water mark until then. Here's Salgado. Gago. Too soft. Ambrosi. Held up and tripped up. Can't imagine he would be as calm if this was the regular season. But he's still got a bit of time. August 30th.
What a long time, Phil. It's over a month away. It's a long time to get his squad together, synchronized, on the same page.
Here's Vera.
A great save again by Jersey.
He didn't want to be back here this year. Said he didn't like being a backup, wanted to be a number 1 again. A little slip. Here's Ronaldo. Can Espinola get over in time?
Good ball.
Ronaldo drops. Guti lifts. Got it over Ceballos, but over the crossbar.
Nicely found. Guti's looking at Higuain's response. Higuain wanted it. Cristiano unselfish here. I see several opportunities. It's a good layback. It's an audacious little chip. Not too far away from it.
Robin coming out, and the Pirate hoisting the flag, Esteban Granero.
Yeah, Arjen Robin still feeling the sting of a couple of pretty heavy challenges from LDU.
Vera touching it for Lara. Pepe launching it out. Of course, the last time Granero was on this pitch with Pepe, they were wearing different uniforms, and that was the game that got Pepe suspended. Guti laying it off. Marcelo on that lethal left. A little bump to clear space. Ronaldo wants the give and go.
Never wrong.
But the go never got there. Campos, a little soft roller. Now he gets rid of it. Granero, earlier Ruben de la Red, both loaned out to Getafe. Actually sold, but with a clause in there that Real could buy them back at a bargain basement price for a couple of years. They bring de la Red back last year, Granero back this year, and well, they've just closed a deal to send Dani Pareja, the promising youngster, to Getafe on a similar deal. They could buy him back at dirt cheap prices for the next 2 years should they wish, and they probably will. They did it with de la Red, did it with Granero. Long ball, Dudek back in time. And they've done it with Negredo, who we might end up seeing in the second half here today. Been impressed with Bieler. The Argentine just keeps chugging along up front, even though most of the time he's the only one there. Here comes Real. Benzema.
LDU having to do a lot of defending in this first half.
Stolen away easily by Reasco that time. Down the line and tripped up by Marcelo. That might be our first card of the match. De La Cruz and Reasco.
For Real Madrid, they just haven't had that penetration anywhere near inside of the LDU 18-yard box. There's been no real presence in that box. It looks like Higuain's probably the one that's more leading the line than anybody, but I really haven't found him too many times. It's always been from distance, the likes of Marcelo and Benzema, Ronaldo shooting from distance. Not Raúl for all you like. When he's out of that box, there's not too many good options for Real Madrid.
Well, he turns the smallest of chances into the biggest of goals. Maasco took that one right on the knee.
It's one of those situations, Phil. It's not as if Raúl is the biggest of the biggest fans of being a star in terms of outshining other players, but he just gets the job done, and he's a threat. And I think Pellegrini will realise that to have that point man in Raúl is going to be something that he's going to count on, like all the other coaches did before him.
Trying to stretch things out, might have cramped up a bit. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a switch. Maybe Urrutia, the normal captain, coming in at the half. Slide De La Cruz out wide on that right side. We also have Franklin Salas, who a few years back, one of the bright young things before he got hurt, but now back on form. You might wonder why a lot of these Liga players don't play in Europe, or perhaps even MLS or Mexico. One of the reasons is because Liga doesn't sell them cheap. If you want them, you got to pay. That's one reason they've been one of the best since the 1990s. There's De La Cruz. Another throw in about box high. Lara. Reasco leaves it. Lara back in a scrum. The Merengues get it back. Gago starting the break. Ronaldo in for Granero. Got a little lucky, but offside. Second flag lifted against Real Madrid. Just 1 minute to be added. Can Liga get something going? By about half a stride. Guti. Higuain. Salgado stretching the line. Benzema was frozen.
A bad ball.
Guti from Marcelo. Ronaldo for Marcelo. Back for Cristiano Ronaldo. Back for Gago, and back to the dressing room. It's a scoreless draw as Real Madrid and Liga de Quito unable to solve the defenses yet. Can Cristiano Ronaldo do it and get his Real Madrid goal? Stick around and find out.
Viernes 7 de agosto, fútbol del Grande en Houston. Salvador versus Colombia a las 10 p.m. hora del este. Exclusivo por circuito cerrado, solo en bares y restaurantes. Partido preparatorio para las eliminatorias al Mundial Sudáfrica 2010. Apoya tu selección. Te esperamos en tu restaurante o bar favorito. No hogares, no pay-per-view.
He may not be the biggest name in La Liga, but Atletico fans know they have a star in Diego Forlán. The Uruguayan became one of only 15 players ever to win the league scoring title at least twice. Trailing Barcelona's Samuel Eto'o heading into the penultimate round, he exploded against Bilbao, tying Eto'o in the 72nd minute and taking the lead just 5 minutes later, while becoming the first player to score 30 goals in Spain since Ronaldo's 1998-99 season. Forlán then capped off a magical night from the penalty spot, converting from 12 paces to put the game beyond doubt and raise the tally to 31 goals. That alone could have been enough to secure the Pichichi, but Forlán saved this gem for last. Golazo against Almeria in the season finale, a fitting end to a stellar season and the much-deserved adoration of the Atletico faithful. A stellar campaign for one of La Liga's unsung heroes, Forlán, Pichichi, and the UEFA Golden Boot, synonymous.
Tomorrow, from La Rosaleda Stadium, Group C concludes in the Peace Cup. Aston Villa versus Atlante, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, live on Goal TV. Tomorrow, watch the conclusion of Group D in the Peace Cup from the Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium in Seville. Besiktas versus Porto, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 Pacific, live on Goal TV.
You are watching Goal Premium Peace Cup.
0-0 the score at the half. Real Madrid and Liga de Quito. And the team that finished runners-up in the Club World Cup dead even with Real Madrid today.
Quito defending well. It's always been long-distance shooting for Real Madrid by and large. Benzema getting his shooting boots on nicely, but that's tremendous goalkeeping by Ceballos. He gets a touch on this and he needs to. A little bit more of an angle, great touch that for his chest, settles it, spanks it. A little bit too direct. This one's a good run by Marcelo, evading 1, 2, 3 players. And then again, pre-season, rust still in the shooting boots. Cristiano Ronaldo sets up Benzema, just gets away from the Frenchman. Cristiano being forced wide all the time, not able to cut in too many times, too many black shirts lined up to take a pot at him. He hits this free kick with plenty of great technique, but just not the right angle. This is a lovely cross from Riasco or Claudio Biella, and he makes beautiful contact with it. Under extreme pressure, tremendous tip-top save by Dudek. Lovely ball in, he steps into it, beautiful, side foots it, tremendous goalkeeping. The super header here by Favera, excuse me. Good meeting of the ball under pressure. Gago tries to bundle him off it, but it's hammered towards Dudek's net and he deals with it again.
1-3 in shots on goal, 10-5 in total shots. Real just can't find the range. 7-7 in fouls and the one yellow card against Marcelo. 2-1 offside. 2 saves for Dudek, 1 for Ceballos, and 5 corners to none so far in the first half. Liga maybe not pushing forward as much as Real, but they've probably had the better chances. What will happen in the second half? One switch already from Pellegrini. We'll probably see more. 5 substitutes apiece, but when do they start rolling out the wild cards?
Un automóvil de 15 años o menos, con menos de 200.000 millas, manténgase en sintonía. Aprenda cómo ahorrar miles de dólares en reparaciones con una garantía extendida de US Fidelis. Esta no es la misma garantía que ofrecen los concesionarios. Es mejor, cuesta menos y es personalizada para usted. Usted elige la suma de su cobertura, deducibles y plan de pago. Incluso elige su taller. Y nosotros le pagaremos al taller directamente. Usted no paga por adelantado ni espera el reembolso. ¿Cuánto puede ahorrar? Mucho. La reparación de un condensador de aire acondicionado cuesta alrededor de $1,300, pero el dueño no pagó ni un centavo. US Fidelis lo cubrió en un 100%. El reemplazo de la transmisión cuesta más de $3,700. US Fidelis lo pagó todo. Usted elige, pague por sus reparaciones o deje que nosotros paguemos por usted. Llame al 1-800-919-0823 para obtener un presupuesto gratis en 5 minutos. 1-800-919-0823. Llame ya.
Cuando papá estaba enfermo, llamaba todos los días a Buenos Aires por celular. Con AT&T Wireless me costaba $200, más de $2 por minuto. Ahora uso Penny Talk de IDT y solo me cuesta 2 centavos por minuto.
Verizon bloqueó mi celular para llamar al DF, pues ahora uso Penny Talk. Solo pago 2 centavitos al minuto y sin marcar tanto número, ¿eh?
Llame de su celular a cualquier lugar del mundo desde 2 centavos por minuto. Vaya a pennytalk.com o llame al 1-888-304-1072.
November 8, 2008 in La Liga. 2 players from the league's 2 giants combined for 8 goals. Real Madrid taking on Malaga at the Bernabeu. Barcelona were at the Camp Nou for a visit from Valladolid. Higuaín, the hero for the defending champions, Eto'o the Pichichi after his performance for the Catalan Giants. Rare enough to find one player to score 4 goals in a match, but the League of Stars had 2 players on the same night. Eto'o scored all 4 in his brilliant first half. to take his season total to 13 goals in 10 games, while Madrid needed all 4 from the Argentine to beat Malaga by 1 goal, with Higuain scoring the game winner in 2 tries from the charity spot. Now keep in mind, Barcelona tried to sell Eto'o during the summer transfer window and they couldn't find a buyer. Higuain might not even be on the pitch for Madrid if not for an injury to Dutch striker Ruud van Nistelrooy. But try explaining that to these fans in Madrid and Barcelona. Then again, they just had one of their heroes score 4 goals in a game. They might not care.
This August, the Emirates Cup returns to Goal TV. Don't miss all the action from the traditional preseason tournament in London. Rangers, PSG, Atletico Madrid, and Arsenal will kick off another edition of this summer classic as they prepare for the upcoming season. 4 of the best European clubs will storm the field at Emirates Stadium and battle for supremacy. On August 1st and August 2nd, catch the Emirates Cup only on Goal TV.
You are watching Go Premium Peace Cup.
At the half of the Santiago Bernabeu, Real Madrid might be the home team, but there's a lot of Ecuadorians who are in attendance here today, and they have to like what they're seeing from Liga.
Madrid need to have a little bit more movement inside the box. They're standing off a little bit too much, expecting the players from distance to do a bit more damage. I think they need to exert themselves a little bit more with better runs inside the box and give the player on the ball a little bit more options.
Could be a few changes as well for the players who maybe were not taking advantage. Robin already removed in favor of Granero. What will Pellegrini do next? Stick around.
My name's Allison and I'm from Kansas. When I was a freshman in college, my face decided that when it broke out, it wanted to break out everywhere. It was bad. Then I started watching my roommate who got Proactive and her skin cleared up. It was beautiful. Then when I moved to a sorority, I noticed that those women were also using Proactive. And there is no faster way in the entire world to find out if you like a product than to live in a house with 75 women. And they all had beautiful skin. And so I made a list, and at the top of my list it said, Proactive.
If a beautiful complexion tops your list, get Proactive for clear, radiant skin.
Within 1 month, I started seeing my skin clear up, and that is the best freedom there can be.
Now you can enjoy the freedom of clear skin with Proactive and save over 50%, just $19.95. Plus, get free shipping and handling when you act fast.
Within just a couple of weeks of using Proactive, I started noticing all the little bumps going away, and my skin looks really good.
Proactive's exclusive formula of prescription-grade medicine goes deep inside pores to kill the bacteria that causes acne. Proactive heals blemishes now and helps prevent future breakouts.
I spent $1,600 to $2,000 on prescription drugs as well as doctor's visits. So $19.95 for a system that works. Proactive is fantastic value.
And here's great news. Order Proactive now and get our new travel kit as your free gift. You get all 3 steps in mini sizes. Great for travel or the gym.
I love the travel kit. I can throw it in any bag and I always have my Proactive with me.
Get clear skin delivered. Order Proactive now and get free shipping, but only for a limited time. So don't hesitate. Call 1-800-540-1758.
I'm totally happy with my results.
Deep into stoppage time, Palmeiras trails Atletico Paranaense by a goal in Week 7 of the Brasileirão. Time to throw in the kitchen sink. A 5-game unbeaten streak on the line, and goalkeeper Marcos Roberto called on to get in on the offense. Free kick from midfield, well placed, but punched away by Vinicius, out for a corner. Still life left in Palmeiras. The corner kick well handled by Paranaense, and desperate seconds tick by. The final whistle could come any moment. A third opportunity goes begging, deflected wide, and out for another corner. Vanderlei Luxemburgo sends Marcos forward again. The fourth official signaled 4 minutes of added time, less than 40 seconds remain. Marcos Roberto makes a dash for the near post. The defense collapses, poorly cleared. It's a game of pinball inside the box, and there is 20-year-old Carrison at the far post to put it away. Palmeiras snatches a point from the jaws of defeat thanks to a little offense from a World Cup winning keeper.
Goal TV News. From Monday to Friday, the latest soccer news. Stay up to the minute with all the information from the world of soccer. Right here on Goal TV News.
You are watching Go Premium Peace Cup.
Take a look, the grounds crew out on the pitch, getting the field ready for the second half. This is a true temple. In fact, it might be the home of the Peace Cup again in 2 years' time. Remember, this tournament was in South Korea when it started, a much smaller, more modest affair. And not that it's turned gaudy, but it's definitely turned bigger with the move to Spain. Much of the action in the south, although here in the nation's capital, Real Madrid holding fort. They might have a challenge from Barcelona in 2011, and something you pointed out earlier, also Olympique Lyon, who up until this year had been in the final in the prior tournaments and won the championship the last time out. Lyon also bidding to host the Peace Cup, so nice to know that it is continuing to grow. As far as Real Madrid, though, they'd like to go into the 2011 Peace Cup with at least a semifinal appearance in 2009, and they're going to need at least one goal in the second half to make that happen. Marcelo, even though he traded jerseys with Riasco, back out there to start the second half.
Well, the hand-wringing hasn't really begun in earnest for Real Madrid. As we said, it's just a curtain raiser. They're still nearly 5 weeks away from the big kickoff. Kaká has still got to come in and put his beautiful fingerprints all over the white shirts. And if Real Madrid do land Xabi Alonso, it's going to be another wonderful piece to the jigsaw. Sergio Ramos missing, Blas Diarra, Wesley Sneijder. These are all high pedigree footballers, and of course Raúl Madrid looking as fit as I have ever seen him. He scored a wonderful goal there against Al Ittihad, so he's got his game face on. One or two changes here.
Ceballos exiting. Alexander Dominguez will check in. Now, they also have a really good keeper in Daniel Viteri, who's normally the backup for Ceballos, but they're electing to go with Dominguez, their third keeper. Looked like it was Vera, the last man to jog onto the pitch. I don't think there was another sub. Here he is on the ball, out wide for De La Cruz. Up the line for Lara. Soft roller inside. Vera threads it through. Deflected inside. Lara rattles around, and Bieler trying to play pinball with it, but Pepe comes away. Hard tackle behind the play, and that's going to be a card. Bieler taking out the Portuguese defender.
Well, Pepe mops up his own messy work in defence eventually, but he's paid the price. He should have swept this out a lot earlier. But no question, Bieler slides in a little late. Nothing too severe there.
So Bieler, the first yellow for Liga. Marcelo carrying a card for Real Madrid. Alexander Dominguez, 22 years of age, out of Táchira in Esmeraldas. That's one of the soccer hotbeds in Ecuador. So many great players coming out of the Esmeraldas area. Oh, deflected up front, and Dominguez off his line. He's only played about 30 games for Liga since coming up from the youth club a few years back. Here's Guti. And he has never played a team the caliber of Real Madrid. Tackled away, straight to Higuaín and out wide for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Nice.
Weaves his way past Riascos.
Oh.
Tripped up in the box, and a penalty is called. The foul whistled. William Araujo sticking the leg out, and Ronaldo goes down. Despite the arguments, it's going to be a penalty for Real.
The first textbook advertisement from Cristiano here. When we see it again, his feet are flashing like combine harvester blades. So quick, you'll see the step over, but then that's all just like a bait, because once the player lunges in, he does him. That's tremendous skill, great dexterity, and it's a definite penalty. Wonderful step over. That's a great dupe. Here he drives into the box, and it's a clip. There's no question. William Araujo didn't time it quite right.
So this is not the way that Dominguez wanted to start it, but he gets the chance to face Ronaldo from the spot and can't get it done. The goal for Cristiano Ronaldo from 12 yards out, and Real Madrid has taken the lead.
That'll be a good bit of pressure lifted off his shoulders now. He's cracked the dam. He made it himself with his great skill and that quickness inside of the box, and the penalty is absolutely perfection. Sends the keeper the wrong way. As always, are you listening, FIFA? The goalkeeper steps a mile off his line before the ball's touched, but FIFA continue to accept that. The easiest rule in football to put right, but it's completely ignored.
Sounds like you've given that some thought.
It's just ridiculous. But anyhow, it doesn't matter to Ronaldo. He buried it.
Lada onside.
A beautiful bit of football though, Phil. It wasn't just hocus pocus. It's not all about just showmanship with Ronaldo. That step over really lulls you into a false sense of security, and then that burst over the first 2 yards is what really separates him.
Someone's got to leave. Fossati, the fourth official, apparently having a few problems with the Uruguayan manager, who's now having a few problems with Kevin Blanc.
He's saying that it's not a penalty. I guarantee you that he'll have seen it probably on a monitor near the dugout, which I'm not so sure if that's another thing that FIFA should outlaw as well. There shouldn't be any monitors down there.
Well, remember the Confederations Cup, they actually had them all removed.
Good.
Of course, that was not until after a bit of controversy in one of the earlier games. Fossati sent packing.
It's certainly to do with the penalty kick, and I thought it was a penalty for sure myself, Phil.
There, the foul against Gago. Chipped up, back post, headed down Ambrosi. And what do they call here? No, there's the foul. Vera apparently climbing all over. Quickly restarted, and then gift wrapped right back. On the turn for De La Cruz. Left foot out wide. Riasco against Marcelo. High cross. A little too high for Bieler. Cleared by Gago. Liga can't panic. Still just a one-goal game, and a draw would see them advance and would eliminate Real Madrid. Espinola from the ground, his second tackle, but then a little slow of foot. Play on. They're going to say he got the ball, lifted forward. Lada, but the spin towards Dudek denies Lada. Real Madrid can't breathe easy yet. You can see Liga's turning the intensity up a bit. Nice touch, Guti. Granero trying to feed it over for Higuain, and it's been a slow day for the Argentine, but he does get the corner kick. Taking a look at the lineup, I was thinking he would shine today, but it hasn't worked out that way. And that might be one of the reasons why Raul is loosening up. And that man, Negredo. Corner kick, back post. Knocked aside. Pepe retreats. It'll be a throw-in for Real. Michel Salgado. Cristiano Ronaldo with his first goal for Real Madrid.
Good touch.
Trying to get a second, but it's Granero off the rebound. Dominguez makes the stop, but he leaves it there, and the Pirate hauls in another one. Goal number 2.
He'll credit Cristiano Ronaldo for this one as well. Ronaldo is at the heart of this with this lovely first touch that we'll see in replay. And Granero basically just mops up. It's a good bit of football. Guti leads it. There's that lovely touch by Cristiano. He gets it back. He stings it towards Dominguez. He cannot handle it. It's too hot to handle. Confidence is up. It's a good strike. Goalkeeper parries it down. Granero mops up. But again, credit Ronaldo. Ronnie gets it, sees it. It's a lovely quick give and go. When we do see it again, it's not the shot that was as impressive. It was the way Ronaldo has set himself up with that razor sharp vision and touch. And then he sets himself up for the shot, but the way he gets it and gives it and then is able to turn, that's impressive. I was just about to say before that flurry of attack, Phil, that it'll be interesting to see how that penalty kick affects Ronaldo, because that will be a big relief to him. He'll be able to enjoy his football now.
And Sam, a little bit of a slip. Cuts in. Riascos knocks it to the back post. Marcelo high. Dominguez actually lets that one come to chest level. And Cristiano Ronaldo almost had another one there.
Just as I was saying, you can see he's fluffing his feathers now.
Well, just as important for Ronaldo, Guti, with his ability to work with the Portuguese superstar.
Yep.
Ronaldo can't do it all. A little bit of blood perhaps. Blum sending Gago to the sideline. And coming up from Araujo, but almost a white flag of sorts as well from Liga. Wonder whether Fossati is having second thoughts about the goalkeeping switch. Not much he could have done on the penalty, but Dominguez making a bit of a meal on the Cristiano Ronaldo shot. Didn't have much help defensively, though. He did force it wide.
But,
no one was covering Granados.
Benzema. Such an unselfish player.
Chance for Lara. Out wide, Biela near post and denied by Dudek again. He's had a good game, but nothing to show for it, thanks to that man.
Exactly. Denied. Lovely lead ball. Biela's in. One touch to control it and slots it. But that front post is altogether covered. Shuttered down by Dudek.
Lara from the flag. Past the spot. Cleared as far as Riasco. Neser chipping it back into the corner. Lara is onside. Rifles it near post himself. He probably should have waited for the help. The scoreline perhaps doing a bit of injustice for Liga. They've played well, they've played hard, but it also is starting to show what Real Madrid might have on its hands this year. This has not been a brilliant game for them, but they lead 2-0, and it could be even worse for Liga. So maybe the pieces of the puzzle are starting to fall in place. Campos sends it forward. Lara coming back from an offside position. approaching the hour mark. Salgado. Good run out for the veteran. Pepe's pass batted away. Marcelo gets the deflection. Marcelo into the middle. Benzema whips it around. Dominguez down to his left to grab it.
Didn't have much time or space in the follow through. He just catches the outstretched boot of one of the LDU defenders. Comes in. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Takes it right on the front of his shin. Marcelo finds him. The one touch to stab it, control, and the follow through. Nah, he should be fine. A little fortunate, no question about that, but still, Vera, it just catches Benzema.
Looks like it's just a stinger, but you never know. His reaction now. Because remember, his foot, his leg is whipping forward on the shot, and then it just comes to a sudden stop when it hits Vera's boot.
Yeah, and I think it was just below the shin pad as well, Phil. So let's see. Just putting weight on it. So
things like that could be the ankle, could be the knee, just could be a bruise. And also from Pellegrini's perspective, make the switch now. It's just a friendly after all. Now is it Raul? No, it's Negredo who appears to have stripped off the warm-up.
Well, that's a good sign to see. Walking off on his own weight. He's still feeling it all right. But probably that one of the cleats just caught him right on that bare bone of the shin. It's that thin stopping covering it. It's hurt for a while. Be a nice little duck egg bruise tomorrow morning, but he should be fine by the looks of it. Let's all hope so.
Let me ask you this from a player's perspective. Almost gift wrap for Ronaldo. They make the shin guards that have the ankle pads and the like, but a lot of players don't like them. Situation like that, you wonder whether Benzema wouldn't mind, but I guess it's one of those balancing acts between protection and comfort.
There you go. That's great to see. Because like you say, it was one of those unfortunate instances where I just reached out and the follow through. I've seen some nasty tackles like that over my career, and it can turn out to be a lot more serious.
Granero's pass off target. Vera keeps it alive. Here's Ambrosi. Give Real credit. Reasco and Ambrosi down the flanks looked very good the first 20-25 minutes, but they have been very quiet since. Campos lifted for De La Cruz, and he just couldn't stretch those legs. Does force Metzelder into surrendering the throw-in. Here's Reasco. Good cross. Back post. And just too far for Ambrosi. This is a team that likes to play sideline to sideline. This could just be a trip to the shop window for Álvaro Negredo. They got Granero back, they got Negredo back, both on bargain basement prices on those buyback deals. But Negredo coming in for Benzema does provide something that no other forward for Real Madrid does. Even Raul is a little bit more diminutive, or Higuaín perhaps a little bit more flashy. Gives you that big solid center forward, a back to goal kind of guy. There aren't really that many of them in Spain to begin with. In fact, just yesterday, after Lyon had a disappointment against Porto, they finalized a deal to bring another one back. That's Dani Guisa. So Guisa will be playing for Lyon. Not back to Spain, but back out of Turkey, and perhaps back into his goal-scoring form. Salgado gets it back for Guti. Thought Gago would be there. He wasn't. Espíndola on the clearance for Lara. Marcelo back being a pest. Goes around him like nothing, chips it to the middle, but Bieler had checked back. Liga misfiring a bit in the second half. This scoreline would be good enough for Real Madrid to advance to the semifinals. Liga needs to come up with a draw, so they need 2 goals. And they're sputtering at the moment. Al-Ittihad had problems against Liga, but they turned it up against Real Madrid. What's been the biggest difference today from the Real Madrid side compared to the game against the Saudis?
Night and day.
Deflected in the air.
Been far more balanced. There's been a lot more focus. There's been a lot more commitment, understanding. They're finding each other better, spreading it out. Ronaldo has been on tip-top form.
Granero and Ronaldo one-on-one. Cristiano the step over. Around Riascos, forced wide well. Good play by Campos. Marcelo. Gago. Guti. Gago.
This man's had a good game on the ball. He's been a little rusty 1 or 2 times, but Gago has done a tremendous job shutting down the LDU midfield in so many ways. Catches him right on the schnoz here.
Negredo getting it on the backlash from Dominguez, but the foul had already been called.
When you see this again, the elbow definitely comes back into Negredo's face, I believe.
Said it happened twice. Diego Calderon defending himself, saying nothing intentional. Up the line, but out of play.
Here's the first one. And there's that other reach around, but it's his hand rather than his elbow that catches him.
Good hustle by Marcelo. Gago loses his footing, but finds Higuain.
Great pass.
Guti's pass a little off the mark, but Higuain grabs it. Off target for Granero. Higuain's just been a half step off the entire game. Lara weaving his way around. Enrique Vera back for Lara, back for Vera. Too far away. Cleats come out from Metzelder, and that's going to be a foul. And a card. Back when you were playing, that would have not have even been a foul.
Absolutely right. A lot of times in England it's the same. But Metzelder, a little bit reckless, that's what they would call it. He gets the ball first and then comes through the player.
One goal here would definitely make the final 25 minutes interesting. The neon orange of Jerzy Dudek saving Real Madrid 3 times today. Spectacularly. Just taking a look. No real great free kick takers out there. Ambrosi good, Riasco good, but it looks like Christian Lara trying to stamp his name on this. Let's see which way the wind blows. Lara into the wall. Tracks down the rebound. A player down behind the play, and that leaves Liga onside. Chipped back to the middle, and Pepe there to clear it away.
Lara's free kick just strikes him right in the face here.
That's
part of the wall. He does the right thing. He stands up bravely, doesn't turn his back, and takes it right on the forehead.
Christoph, we were talking about this before the game. When he started out at Real Madrid, looked slow, looked awkward, no confidence. But when they finally pulled him out of the mothballs down the stretch, and we've seen it here in the preseason, this looks like the guy that was one of the leaders for Germany in 2006.
Yep.
Reasco from the flag.
Metzelder certainly looking every bit as solid as what Real Madrid defender should be.
It's there, headed down, bites back into the opening and knocked home. It's Vera at the doorstep, and it's a 2-1 game.
Poor defending here by Real Madrid. Metzelder nowhere to be seen this time, and he is missed. Nobody there to pick up the slack. There's 2 attempts here where Real Madrid defenders either back off or are nowhere near a good challenge. The ball gets whipped in. The first one isn't cleared, and he just heads it back. There's nobody here to challenge for this one. Marcelo's got no chance of winning that, and you can see the white shirts standing around just being observers. Need to be a lot more live to that danger.
Enrique Vera, his first stint on loan, but he's played nearly 100 games for Liga de Quito. And the Paraguayan, rock solid in the center and showing some offense. Jerzy Dudek didn't really control his area, but the ball was whipping left and right. Army football. And if he didn't get it, you could see that right behind him, Espinola was there. The 2 Paraguayans. Brilliant performance for Liga on that set play. They did not give up. And now Real Madrid semifinal hopes hanging by a thread. It's there for Bielsa on the turn, denied.
Again, very slack defending here inside the box of Real Madrid.
Onside on the back heel for Ambrosi, and Salgado knocks it wide. You can smell the fear. Real Madrid needs to catch its breath. 70th minute, 1-goal game. Liga gets it back on the throw-in.
There's the turn by Bielsa. Good vision.
Ambrosi just couldn't get the cross off. Salgado has had a very good game down that right flank. In for Lara. Spins away from Guti. Takes the shot from long range and a one-hop to the gut of Dudek. Pellegrini might not admit it, but in his heart, he's kind of glad that goal went in, because now he gets a chance to see how his team responds to pressure.
Good ball, he's onside.
Like this, Negredo sweeps it across and a kick save. Dominguez.
He'll be disappointed he doesn't keep this one down in his drive to take it past Dominguez. A beautiful ball by Granero. And that's a good hit. Lovely vision. One touch. He's got a wasp. Good effort though, but
off the corner.
Good goal.
It's there, the header! He didn't miss that time. It's Christoph Metzelder. This time, it's right on his head where he wants it, and it's back to a 2-goal game.
Big guy capitalizes, just steers it towards the target. You don't get any simpler than this. Again, wonderful ball, and just slices this one home. Granero feeds, the German rises. Take a look at the challenge on him. He's got a lot to do there. Metzelder does it brilliantly.
Guti had been taking all of those corner kicks from the left flag. This time it's Granero, and he put it on perfect form right to the head of Metzelder. Higuain will exit, and he doesn't look happy about it. Raul will check in.
Well, we've seen Higuain have some great games, especially last season. Had a wonderful year. But this wasn't.
Cristiano Ronaldo's day is over. Granero looking for another gear, now looking for a teammate. Back to Raul. Across for Gago. Give and go with Guti. Lastiara. Marcelo. Guti squares. Gago. Salgado. About 10 passes in a row. Back for Raul. Kept in play Granero. Trying to get around Calderon. And a foul against the Ecuadorian back. Like I mentioned, Pellegrini wanted to see how his team responded after giving up the goal. Well, about as well as they could. He got his debut goal for Real. Sails in, and the header off target. Pepe at the back post. Say off the defender and out for another corner.
See why he was disappointed. Pepe, he probably should have done better by his high standards.
Granero for Raul. Sprints to get onside.
Played. Ball.
Right foot. Now to the left, and the cross cleared away. Sweet lift down the line, but they're still trapped in their own corner.
Well, Granero looked very good when he came on in the last game. He's really showed up nicely here.
Knocks it back for Metzelder. Liga now needs 2 goals again to earn the point that would advance them to the semifinals, and they only have 15 minutes to get it done. Giveaway for Las. Lara. Soft roller. Oh. Bieler coming back from an offside position. Las off the give and go. Granero. Marcelo. Diarra's pass intercepted. Riasco.
Well, they needed to step it up, Phil. We said it in the pre-game, and they have. For me, it's been an altogether far better performance by Merengues, who really have showed a lot more spirit, a lot more cohesion, in good individual performances in defence, in the midfield and up front. I don't think Pellegrini could ask for too much more at this point in the season. You want to improve with every game. That's the whole point of your pre-season. That's what you're ideally after. Just a little better with every game. Real Madrid have certainly improved, and we'll see how they do in the semis. This game looks as if it's very much in their control now.
Gago. Granero. Feeds it back. Just a bit too much on it for Negredo. Lara coming out. Nice round of applause from the Ecuadorians in attendance.
A super player. He started off very, very well, but a little disappointed he didn't go on to another gear, Lara.
And the former Chacarita forward Claudio Graf checking in. Graf had been playing in Mexico for the last couple of seasons, picked up by Liga. Raul. Not exactly the way Marcelo drew it up, but he'll take it. Granero.
Showing up well, this kid.
Bad pass from Marcelo, but keeps it alive. And Gago slapped away by Dominguez.
Now Granero again, setting up his teammate nicely. One touch, sees his target. Not a bad effort. It's not dealt with clinically by Alex in goal.
Had a goal last time out. Liga can't afford to give up another one. Couldn't afford to give up the last one. Graf trying to get to it, but can't. Guti. Granero. Smartly back for Diarra. Guti. Gago. And the Real Madrid fans making some noise. Raul found the opening. Guti on his left. Tried to get it back to the right, but stripped away. Enrique Vera. Salgado on the shirt pull. They do have Mamita Walter Calderon, the big Ecuadorian center forward, but did not see him on the bench, so maybe not dressing for this game. Ambrosi. Offside. De La Cruz has gone out wide to the left. Espinola winning it away. Neascos' cross knocked out by Granero. And another sub coming in. Again, 5 subs allowed, plus a goalkeeping switch. Guti will exit and Royston Drenthe will check in. Probably what could happen. He might drop back to the left back where he played last time, pushing Marcelo upfield, but Marcelo could allow Drenthe to stay in the midfield too. Both of them with their defensive weaknesses, which is one of the reasons they just made the deal for Alvaro Arbeloa. Liverpool back coming over on a €4 million transfer, while everyone still awaits that 2-day deadline for Xabi Alonso. Las coming away with it. Raul tackled away almost exactly where he wanted. Negredo was off balance. Velasco weaving his way through. Las nipping at his heels. Velasco out wide against Drenthe. Through ball for Riasco again, leaves it crossed into the middle, and it just skips past Yeller and Graf, almost combining, but neither one could quite get the touch on it.
See why they've had the success over the last few years, this LDU team, when they do get players into dangerous positions, just one player in a dangerous, threatening position, they flood with the attacking players in support of him and give him a number of options. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite fall for them that time, but they really do support the man on the ball in dangerous positions very well.
So you have to remember, this is not really the #1 lineup for Liga.
Yep.
They have a lot of them out there, but Benancaye did not dress. Most importantly, perhaps Patricio Urrutia, the normal captain, did not dress. Araujo in there in his place. So no reason to hang their heads. A good win against a good Al Ittihad side. And a good performance against Real, but not good enough.
And there's still plenty for Pellegrini to fine-tune. No mistake about that. Not just in the offensive positions and getting the players more on the same page going forward. I think in the defence, Phil, there seems to be still signs of one or two ensured types of performances. Metzelder's played very well. Habier has had a pretty good game. Marcelo's been nicely involved in his usual attacking play, and Salgado has been solid, but I'm not so sure that they've been completely convincing that this will be the starting back four.
Ball out wide. Riasco again around Drenthe. Marcelo glued to the back line and just sticks a boot out in time.
Played.
Good turn by the Brazilian, but he gift wraps it back for Veda.
Did well initially.
Upfield for Drenthe. Here comes Salgado. Gets it back. Oh, Dominguez. That would have been a goal to remember. Dominguez finally grabs hold of it, but
it's
what
absolutely
a run.
Brilliant by Raul. Salgado, it's the benefactor of it, but this is all down to Raul's brilliance. It's no other word for it. When you see it again on the run, Raul with that trademark scoop of his puts it right into the path of Salgado. And you're right, Phil, that would have been quite possibly the goal of the tournament so far. Tremendous by the captain. Take a look.
Good stop, but again, Dominguez unable to hold on to it.
Should have scored.
From long range, driven. Rebound given up by Dudek, but Salgado back to cover.
And that one is a stinger. He's shaking it off. That is an absolute pile driver. Whistle towards him. Hits him in the open hands of it, so even through those sponge gloves, he'll be feeling that one. Oh, it's
and
in!
There it is. Goal number 2. It's not over yet. About 5 minutes to go, and it's Vera again.
A wonderful header. Take a look. Echoing my sentiments earlier at centre defence. There's still some big question marks for Real Madrid to solve. Pellegrini will be looking at this and saying this is absolutely not good enough.
Rambert playing like Rambo, not giving up.
Take a look at the marking, Phil. It's really not good enough. Vera gets in front of Salgado and just punches it in. And Pepe again a little bit casual in getting to the big man.
And Marcelo trying to guard that post, but he couldn't get up in time. So it might not be over. Again, one more goal from Liga and they will advance. The insertion of Claudio Graf, definitely playing a role. The offense getting a spark.
Well, you're right, but still, set pieces have got to be just better defended fundamentally than that. That's allowed this team back into the hunt, and prior to that, there had been a little bit of an uptick, but still, Raul's brilliance there should have set Salgado up with the fourth goal. They haven't taken it, and as you say, Phil, the game's back out onto a small ledge now.
Give Bieler credit also. That was quite a free kick that handcuffed Dudek. Here's Reasco. Again, Liga can sense the blood in the water. Well, it's the whites against the whites. Los blancos against los albos. And Real Madrid holding on by the narrowest of margins. Out wide. Chested down in the box. Gago back. Reasco just over. Salgado with a little bump in time. Ambrosi couldn't catch up to it. Granero.
Been a rather strange atmosphere in the Bernabeu, hasn't it? It's been very, very good, but it's been the Ecuador fans that have been the most boisterous. You see the flags all around the stadium. They have really supported their heroes very well. You don't often see it in the Bernabeu where a travelling team comes in with this sort of passionate, raucous support.
Drenta. Espinola. Calm under pressure, the veteran Paraguayan. Lifted through, just a little bit too much on it from Graf for Bieler, and Dudek will let it run.
As you had said previously, Phil, an enormous contingent of Ecuadorians living in Madrid. They have turned out in their droves here today to cheer them on, and really have ran Real Madrid very close.
Down the line, Raul touches, taken back by Liga. Now it seems like they've found their second wind.
They are fit aside at this point in their domestic season.
But they're running out of time. And another long ball up front for Bieler, finding Dudek instead. 3 minutes to be added. Is it enough? Real a chance to waste a bit of time. Liga definitely winning some fans, winning some respect, but Real Madrid still on the verge of winning the game. Real Madrid with a draw and a win, if this score holds, would have 4 points. Liga would have 3 after their victory over Al Ittihad. Just one goal separates Graf maybe a second chance. It's Bieler on the turn. Play on. Vera. Metzelder's big head gets in the way.
Again.
Long for Drenta. The speedy Dutchman to the box.
Oh.
The square. The touch. The goal. Alvaro Negredo. No denying it. The big man back in Madrid and back to a 2-goal lead.
And this one put down for Royston. The Dutchman is flying here on this left side, and it's a beautiful, inviting ball for Negredo to stab home past poor Alex Dominguez, who's come in as substitute for Ceballos and had a lot to do. He cannot do anything about this. He knows where his target is exactly, and Negredo times his run to perfection. Wonderful pace down the left side by Royston, but he knows instinctively where Negredo is going to be, and that's a wonderful tuck-away finish. It's an opportunistic goal scorer's finish, but it's a beautiful ball. Fed into the danger area, feasted upon by big Negredo, and he knows where his bread is buttered. Great stuff by Royston to put a nice cherry on the cake for an excellent Real Madrid performance.
Cristiano Ronaldo's first goal might give the headlines, but some promise from Granero and Negredo as Real Madrid advances.